Welcome to Guys We Fucked. Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked. I'm Christina.
I'm Corinne.
We're
sorry about last night. The anti-slut shaming podcast. I never stop.
Hey fuckers, welcome to another episode of Guys We Fucked.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I'm Corinne.
I'm Christina.
How the fuck you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? I have so much makeup on.
We're sitting here in an hour's worth of hair and makeup.
Yeah, so Corinne and I got a photo shoot today. Shout out to Eric Corneman and
Glenna Franklin.
Fuck, I've been calling her Glennis.
Have you really? Glennis?
Yeah.
There's a comedian named Glennis. But yeah,
Glenna. There is. Whoopsies.
Glenna Franklin.
Glenna Franklin is an amazing makeup artist. And then we came back to my apartment to record this here intro.
Hello.
And we ordered blockheads, burritos, all kinds of shout outs right now. And then I was outside with my giant amount of makeup on. And the delivery guy came up and I was like, oh, are you apartment, whatever, my apartment? He goes, oh yeah, you Corinne Fisher? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he goes, wow, you look beautiful. And I was like, oh God, this is because this is too much makeup for like a real life interaction.
I mean, I like a lot of makeup, but it's just, I mean,
yours looks less.
There's just
horrifying.
There's just certain people that you don't want to have that kind of sexual encounter with, and the person delivering your Blockheads burritos is one of those people.
Exactly one
your
of those
Uber
people.
driver, your Lyft driver.
Well, he was a nice guy. He was a nice young fella.
Yeah,
chaining up his bike, and I was like, "Let me save you some time, buddy. I think you're going to my apartment." And then he thinks I'm you, and then he's telling me how great my makeup looks, and that I look like a dancer. And I was like, "You mean stripper?" And I was like, okay.
Oh, is that because I was like, you know, ballet dancers with their excessive makeup.
Yeah, those whores always cake it on. It's so annoying. And I was like, all right, that was a stripper compliment. That's fine. I don't care. And then as I was walking in and my butt was towards him, he goes, shake that ass. And I was like, no. I hate you. Just leave. Yeah, you ruined it, sir. You ruined it. You were very polite. And then you fucked it up.
It's so bad, but sometimes I just walk around New York and I just like whisper to myself, God, I hate men. I do it a lot. And when I say I don't mean literally all men, but I mean almost all men.
Only the men who are shitheads like that.
I mean a good I gotta be honest, I mean a good amount of men.
None of the men that I know that I am friends with would do any of that shit.
No. None of the people who exist in what I call the inner circle. But yeah, no, just a lot of times I'm just looking around, looking at them. Some guy stopped me on the street yesterday before our show, and he's like, I see that you have a bag that says voodoo on it. I'm like,
my God.
I went to New Orleans and I got a little carried away.
I also have a voodoo doll. You want to see it? Give me your hair.
He was like my friend, and this guy was like 55, and he was like,
good for him,
but like it showed it. But I could tell he was like hot and DTF like back in the day, and like honestly for an older guy, like not.
I love hot older guys.
Yeah, he wasn't even like, but he was like smoking a cigarette, a little dirty, like just my type. But
yeah.
But he was like, see, I have an extra ticket. My friend's playing at Rockwood Music Hall. And he's like, do you want to come? And I was like,
what?
And then I was like very dolled up. I was like, no, I actually have my own show. And then no one ever thinks I'm a comedian because I'm not 80,000 pounds overweight with a gimp leg.
I don't know any comedians that are like that.
That's what people.
Oh, that's everyone's perception.
Yeah, that's what people think comedians look like. Like I have a fucking peg leg and a parrot on my
and a
shoulder. I've dentures falling out of my mouth, a banana. I don't know.
And a bag of puppets.
I'm just not sure what people think a comedian looks like. I guess funnier. I guess my face isn't that funny. So, and then he was like,
did you say yes?
What do you do, music? And I was like, no, I actually am. I'm a comedian.
I
always tell people.
Open the floodgates, though.
I tell people just because when people say, what are you a singer? It annoys me that they always think it's like something like quote unquote girly.
Man, they always think I'm a stripper.
They always think, no,
when I say I'm a performer, they think that means like twice on the streets. A guy thought that meant stripper. And then this fucking burrito guy.
Oh, people always think I mean like musician.
Wow. I guess you got a musician's face. I got a stripper's.
Well, people ask me if I smoke a lot. So I think I do have some kind of like a rock and roll maybe look.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like a young Joan Jett.
Remember in New Orleans when we wanted to go to McDonald's?
That time in New Orleans? Last week, yeah.
We wanted to go to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And then only the drive-thru was open 24 hours. So we walked to Burger King because Google Maps said it was 24 hours.
Right.
But then we got there and it was only the drive-thru And we walked up and I stomped my feet a couple times just to get the attention, not to, have a tantrum.
Well, because we thought that would set off the sensor of the car. Because we're like, surely Christina Hutchinson weighs as much as an SUV.
Yeah, I got this, Corinne. Don't even worry about it.
I'll handle this.
Go sit on that parking block. And then we went back to the McDonald's. That didn't work. And then we ordered an Uber and we're like, can you go through the drive-thru?
I believe you ordered a Lyft.
Oh, you're right. We did order a Lyft.
I've been super conscious of it and only using Lyft.
Good. You get rides and shit.
Well, it's also, I had a long conversation with one of the drivers and they're like, oh, we actually do treat their drivers better.
Oh, they do?
And they're like, and it's cheaper. And I was like, you had me at cheaper.
Yeah.
I was
cool. Equal working conditions. Yeah. Whatever. Less money for me. I'm in.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, it's been a fun week. I came home, I was giving James, thank God I'm home blowjob. And
how happy are you that I'm here right now?
Yeah. You're welcome times 2. Blowjob. And then he was just like, let's 69. And I was like,
oh, that is the most annoying position.
Exactly.
So annoying and pointless.
I was like, and he knows I hate 69. And I was like,
why does he like it?
And I was like, I'm just really concentrating on this right now. I was like, it's just like, I'm really concentrating on my work right now. And like, also it's like, what angel of a girlfriend has ever said, let me concentrate on this blowjob?
Yeah.
I deserve a fucking Purple Heart for saying that.
I mean, I say that too, but it's because I don't want to do 69.
Yeah. And then, so I'm already like, oh, please stop asking about 69. And then he goes, well, I just don't want to go without 69 for the duration of this relationship.
Whoa, that went from 0 to 100.
Then I dropped the mic and took a lap around the room. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't even know. There were so many things wrong with what you just said. I was like, oh, poor James doesn't want to go out with 69.
You're going to live forever with no 69.
No, poor baby. So, everything he texts me this week, I just go, I don't know. Why don't you go find someone to 69 with? I mean, just everything gets that reply. I can't not reply with that.
One of the things that I don't like about 69, one of the many things, one is I can't fucking concentrate. If I'm sucking your dick and you're eating me out, I'm going to bite your dick off, not on purpose. And I need that dick. So I'm trying to preserve for you and me.
Sometimes during 69, honestly, I'll get so into my pussy being eaten that I'll just lay my head on his pelvis.
That's what I was time for a nap. No, a lot of times I just end up the dick is like either next to my mouth or in it, but nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just drooling.
Yeah. You're like, this is good.
And then I'm always so scared I'm going to fart. Because, man, that butthole is close.
It is close. I'm not worried about the farting.
Nose.
Yeah, no, I don't mind about that because
the position you're in, it's like a tabletop yoga position.
Right. I'm used to
a farty position.
My butt is ready because people always want to be in my butt, so I get it. But then
tough life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's, I'm sure you're busy getting motorboated all the time.
It's true.
And I don't know, but I feel like the 69 is more enjoyable for a man because gets the laying down position and then just has to occasionally lick a little.
I just lay here and stick my tongue out.
Yeah, it's less work.
And isn't the butthole really is like right at your eye level?
It is, but I mean, it's not the hole because the cheeks are still on top of it unless you're spreading the cheeks. Then the butthole's not there.
Well, because you got to spread the legs to get on either side of his head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a pretty spread out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen myself from that view.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like I'd
be interested in it.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like my cheeks have enough fat on them that they're still hiding the actual hole.
Actually, Steven told me recently that he rarely sees my butthole because my butt cheeks are so big. And I was like, thank you so much.
Yeah. I was like, I think it would cover it.
Yeah. So. I guess so.
Yeah.
69.
Yeah.
You guys.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't like it. I don't know. It's like
I never got it, but I was like, I guess this is an acrobatic trick I should do.
No, 69 is like a combination shampoo conditioner. It's like it never not working as good.
The convenience is not worth it.
They're two separate things for a reason.
Yep. You got to lather and then you got to lather with the conditioner.
Yeah.
God, that is a great metaphor because
just
shampoo, conditioner
it's just
combos.
Laziness.
Never worked for me.
Never worked.
You guys, if you want more episodes of Guys We Fucked in your life, if you've binged all of them and you're like, wah, like James about 69, well, you're in luck. Because...
I'm going to hear about this.
No, it's all right. Steven did the same thing. You can get them at howl.fm/GWF. That is the exact URL that you have to type in for us to like get credit for that. So if you want to help out the podcast and you want more episodes, they're really fun. Corinne and I read emails and interview guests and get to have a more in-depth conversation about these topics.
Therapy. It's great. Really fun. Also, if you want to support the podcast in another way, you can buy our merchandise. It's all available now at sorryboutlastnightcomedy.com. This supports the show. We got tank tops, we got hoodies, we got tote bags. It's really cool. We have some listener design stuff by the wonderful Elise Perry. Check it out. We love wearing it. It's so fun. And
honestly, those shirts are like mad comfy.
Oh yeah, they're really nice.
I was kind of shocked. I was like, I put it on last night. I was like, Steven, this is like the softest shirt I've ever owned. He's like, well, cute. That's good.
Yeah, it's very nice. Come see us live and wear those shirts on Friday, October 28th at 11:15 p.m. I'll be doing the Halloween edition of Nacho Bitches at New York Comedy Club. That's $10 with code Nacho. I co-host that with Blair Saki.
Saturday, October 29th, Wendy Starling and I are co-hosting the Halloween edition of Glamourpuss at Zinc Bar, 82 West 3rd Street in the West Village. We are going to be wearing Halloween costumes throughout the entire show. And my Halloween costume this year is probably my best one yet. So, and I don't really do Halloween that well. So this is going to be good. So you can come in your Halloween costume if you want. Tickets are $15. Link for tickets is in the description of this podcast.
And then we're hitting the road this November. On November 2nd, Syracuse, New York will be at the Funny Bone.
Albany, New York, November 3rd, the Funny Bone.
November 5th, we're back in New York City to do a live recording of Guys We Fucked at Caroline's on Broadway as part of the New York Comedy Festival.
November 6th, we'll be in Hartford, Connecticut at the Funny Bone.
November 9th, we'll be in Irvine, California at the Improv. That one's almost sold out, so definitely get your tickets for that.
11/11, Make-A-Wish. We're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona at Stand Up Live.
November 13th in Ontario, California at the Improv.
November 16th, Indianapolis, Indiana, Crackers.
November 17th, Columbus, Ohio at the Original Funny Bone.
Oh shit, I got the Chicago date. I gotta say it.
My mom sent me a phonetic way of fucking saying
and so many people tweeted it. Okay, I'm gonna try. Don't get mad at me, you guys. November 18th, we're gonna be in Chicago, Illinois at the Athenaeum Theater. And fucking God Christ almighty.
I think it's Athenaeum.
Athenaeum?
If you just say it the way it was spelled.
It's Athenaeum, I think. Someone sent me a YouTube video specifically of pronouncing it.
Oh, that sounds perfect. The Athenaeum Theater.
I was like, that was really helpful. And also, I've been fucking it up.
Yeah. Athenaeum would be if it was a Jewish theater. The Athenaeum Theater.
Get your latkes and come down.
To the Athenaeum Theater. That one's almost sold out as well. So get your tickets. And then on November 20th, we're closing out this leg of the tour in Cleveland, Ohio at Hilarities. We also have Facebook invites for all of those shows on our Facebook page, so you can invite your friends. It's always great. So many times people invite one person that doesn't know what the hell Guys We Fucked is,
and they have the best time of their lives.
They have the best time. It's a super nice surprise, and we really appreciate it because then someone else listens to the podcast. It's like, I know you want to keep it as a secret to yourself, but
don't
just tell one person you really like.
Don't be selfish.
Just one person you like a lot.
69 with this podcast tour, and invite a friend. We're about to read ads, and if that pisses you off, you can fast forward. Suck my clit.
Thank you, everybody.
We love you.
We have a new sponsor today. It is Away Luggage. This luggage is dope. We got suitcases in the mail and we're like, what?
What stalker is sending me luggage? Oh, it's Away.
This luggage is made from durable, high-quality materials at a much lower price because they've cut out the middleman. You can choose from 3 sizes, the carry-on, the medium, or the large for extended stays. The luggage comes with a built-in TSA approved combination lock that's at the top of the bag to prevent theft, and a removable washable laundry bag that keeps dirty clothes separate from clean clothes.
It's really cool.
It is really cool. Also, the carry-on is able to charge all cell phones, tablets, e-readers, and anything else that's powered by a USB cord. A single charge of the Away carry-on will charge your iPhone 5 times, so you never have to worry about a dead cell phone while traveling. That's so fucking cool. Christine and I saw this.
I was like,
and we're like,
yo.
yes, because half of our time in airports is spent like sitting next to a wall.
I know. And all the bitches got the plugs.
Yes.
And bitches is men and women in this case. Everyone hogging the plugs.
Yes. So this is such an awesome suitcase. What a great idea. There's a lifetime warranty on this suitcase. If anything breaks, they replace it for your entire life. You can just throw it out a window.
Be on death's door and be like, hey, excuse me. Replace it.
So for $20 off your order, visit awaytravel.com/GWF and use promo code GWF during checkout. That's awaytravel.com/GWF with promo code GWF. Away. That's where you're going.
Go on.
Thank you. You inspired me.
Do you know what inspires me?
What?
Blue Apron.
Wow.
Blue Apron knows that when you cook with incredible ingredients, you make incredible meals. And you know who else knows that? My parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hutchinson, because these motherfuckers are obsessed with Blue Apron and it saved their marriage and it bonds them together. And it's the cutest thing because I still get picture every time they cook a meal. They get the plan that it's 3 meals a week for 2 people each. That's one of your options. And then there goes dad sending me texts of his food. They set the highest quality standards for their community of suppliers, farms, fisheries, and ranchers. Whether it's crispy chicken Milanese or roasted pork steamed buns. Pork buns. Blue Apron is bringing you the best quality ingredients for less than $10 a meal. They deliver seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients so you don't waste anything to make delicious home-cooked meals. The recipes are customized by you. So if you don't eat certain things, that's all you got to do is put that. And they're also based on your preferences of like what you like to eat and stuff. Another thing I learned is if you don't like the meal that you're scheduled to get on blueapron.com, you can change it, which I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that? That's my favorite thing to do.
No idea. And I was like, you mean I have a fucking choice?
Yeah, it's great.
That's amazing. Each box includes easy to follow step-by-step recipe card. Very important. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free with free shipping. Just go to blueapron.com/GWF. That's blueapron.com/GWF. Blue Apron. Get your pork bun out of my ass.
All right, guys, we're done with emails now. You can come out.
We're done with ads.
Everyone.
We're
sorry. Well, I meant, yeah.
That's still fun.
I was like, no, we're going on to emails.
Come out. What isn't that like Dorothy? Glinda sings that in Wizard of Oz.
Glinda sings
Glinda.
it. She sings come out, wherever you are to meet the young lady who fell from a star. She fell from the star. She fell very high. Okay.
Whoa. I am very impressed.
Yes. Well, I mean, my brother and I both had an obsession with movies, and that was his. So I've seen that movie like actually probably 100 times at least.
Oh, that's me with Matilda.
Yeah. Woohoo. All right. So the first email is from a woman who wrote us named Shona. And Shona needs all the people in the Philadelphia area. If you're interested basically in going out and helping Hillary Clinton in her, I don't know what the word is that I'm going to say.
Well, Pennsylvania is a very important state in this election.
No, I was going to say, I was going to make a weird
in her
word.
Fight for presidency?
In her fight, I was like, in her float to presidency. I don't know what word I wanted to use.
Ascension to presidency?
But anyway, if you're interested in helping, go talk to Shona. We're going to bye. That's it. Just, you know her.
Tell Shona.
If you're in the Philly area and you know Shona, that's it. Okay.
Tell Shona you want to help Hillary. Okay.
Yeah, bye. No, wait, she has a link. It's a volunteer registration link. We're going to put it in the description of this podcast. And she needs help specifically in the suburbs of Philadelphia because Pennsylvania is a super important state in this election. This is only if you're pro-Hillary. If you don't fucking like Hillary, don't volunteer and don't complain about it. Thanks. Bye.
I took time out of my day to tell you how much I hate. Oh my God. That's the one email I wanted to read, but it's fine. It's not worth it. The guy who emailed me saying he's like, Christina, enough already. We get it. Corinne, keep doing you was the subject line. And it was just numbered things that he wanted me to change. Included the way I do accents and how I just sing all the time. And it really annoys him. fuck you. Stop listening. I am not forcing you.
Ugh, and I was just like, thank God, because I get those emails.
I know.
75 times a day.
I know. A little criticism for Christina.
So I'm going to read this next email. Why am I being put on a pedestal for forgiving my boyfriend who cheated on me? Hello, ladies. Compliments, compliments, compliments. Anyway, I hope my subject line caught your attention, as I don't believe you guys have dipped your toes into this complicated subject. I've been binging on your podcast for a little over a month, and I know you gals will bring great honesty and critical thinking to my question. Before we begin to answer my question, I'd like to give you some history. I'm a soon-to-be 23-year-old gay man, and my boyfriend is 24. I met my boyfriend almost 3 years ago. I can remember the first time I met him and our first date. We had traded numbers through an app and did the usual texting back and forth. Well, picture me, 20 years old, super drunk at a pizza joint at 2 a.m. with friends.
I got it in my head.
Well, guess who I texted? I asked him when we were going to meet, and his response was, I thought you weren't interested anymore. Fast forward a week later, and our first date is me getting my hips pierced as he watches. Ooh, that's kind of cool. The making out as I dropped him off was just so electric. I haven't had that feeling with anyone else. Seriously, thinking back to it gives me chills.
Oh.
We made our relationship official 2 weeks later. The first 6 months were amazing, but we broke up because he graduated and other justifiable reasons concerning his family and moved back to LA. It broke my heart. We found it hard to talk to one another because it was a, quote, good breakup. 3 months later, I wake up on my 21st birthday to a lengthy text of how much he wishes he could celebrate it with me, with a cropped photo of Nicki Minaj kissing me. P.S. I love Nicki Minaj.
Me too.
Who doesn't? She's great. Needless to say, I cried on my birthday. I called him and we told each other how much we missed each other. Long story short, I dropped my life and moved to LA to be with him. 6 months later, I find out he cheated on me. I can't describe the feelings I had. I guess a panic attack. I ended up quitting my job, giving a 2-day notice, and was gone before he got back from camping with his family. He called me crying, asking me to come back and saying how sorry he was. We went 6 months without speaking and slowly started talking to now being back together. We've been doing long distance for now 9 months, and we both agreed I should move back down and try again. My question comes into play because a lot of close friends, family, and coworkers always giving me these lines. How do you do it? That's so mature of you. I could never forgive someone for cheating on me. How are you able to even have sex with him? It doesn't keep popping up? Why are people treating me as if I'm Gandhi or Mother Teresa? My answer to them is always the same thing. I just don't think about it. That's the honest truth. When he apologized the first time, I interrupted him when he started to go into the details on why he did it. I told him, I don't want the details as long as you're sorry and you promise you won't do it again. That's what matters. I've never held it against him, as I feel if I am accepting his apology, I can't throw it back in his face. I don't understand why others can't grasp that. I love my boyfriend very much. He's been my only relationship and the only person I've told that I love. All my peers tell me I can do better, that I'm a 9 and he's a 6, and it's really starting to fucking irritate me. I want my choices to be respected without the condescending undertone. I'd really love to hear your gal's opinion on this, because I don't think it's fair to say once a cheater, always a cheater, and that more people go through this than we know. Sorry for the long email. Stop apologizing.
Apologize.
Keep doing what you do. Okay, cool. I love this email because I think
what a logical person.
Yeah,
he is.
you super logical. We don't talk about cheating a ton on this podcast, and we certainly will in the future. But I wanted to read this because I think it's really great. And yeah, there are so many people treat cheating like it is murder.
It's not.
It's not murder.
I've been cheated on twice, and the relationship ended because of that. But that's also the circumstances specific to our relationship. It didn't work out. Like, cheating never has to be the end of a relationship.
Right. I mean, I think it really depends, and you really have to look at the situation. It should be treated like, like any crime. Like, look at what happened. Look at the circumstances. Was it malicious? Was it because things weren't going well?
Yeah.
Did someone just get drunk and make a mistake? Like, there's a million reasons why you can cheat. And I mean, I think something like a serial cheating where you're going out and fucking the same person every week for months.
If you're just cheating multiple times,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that when your friends and family talk to you, it almost seems like they're projecting their insecurities, not insecurities, but their doubts that they would have onto you. Mm-hmm. But they're not in that relationship. You are, and you did the absolute logical right thing to do, which is put it behind you, not think about it. and live your life with your boyfriend.
Yeah, and it's not like when he said that he cheated on you, you just shrugged your shoulders. Like, you didn't talk for 6 months. I think he
got the picture.
Yeah, like he was punished the appropriate amount for the crime that he committed.
Yeah.
And it's so great to hear that you are not thinking about it, because if you're not thinking about it, then you're truly not bothered by it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're convincing yourself. And I mean, I don't know. There are some instances where I think people like love someone so much that they'll just make excuses for them. So that could be maybe what your friends and family are concerned about. Like, you're just making excuses for this person.
Once.
But it doesn't seem like you are. You're happy. You're fine. And as far as like getting your friends and family on your side, just be like, hey, like, this is like, I totally get where you're coming from, but like, this is my boyfriend, and I would appreciate like if you didn't disrespect him by talking about him in a negative way. Like, that I love this person, and we've handled this on our own.
Also, I would kind of be insulted by somebody else who's not in my relationship telling me how I should feel about something.
Yeah.
Like, you're emotionally mature and you moved on because that's the decision that seemed right to you.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Get out of my goddamn business, ma.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, cheating isn't always not a big deal, but in this instance, you were fine with it and it was okay. So good for you. You moved on and you're a bigger person.
The subject line of this email is sex life over, seriously contemplating suicide. And this is written by a guy. After our second baby, we have not had sex for 3 months, and it's looking like our sex life is over until after menopause. Can't afford a vasectomy. She's terrified of Paragard, and the hormone birth control kills her sex drive and even makes sex for her painful when she would throw me a bone, quote. We can't afford to have another child. Every type of condom causes her pain at least 95% of the time. Tried every type of lube and condom. Sex without birth control is always great, so it's not a lack of attraction or intimacy. I can't get off by any means other than insertion. I really enjoy oral, but it just gets me frustrated and wanting more. If she hates if I watch porn, to the point she has almost left me when she found out I was looking at it. She checks my phone regularly to see if I have been looking at it. I don't want to ask her to do anything that scares her or causes her pain, etc. Yet, just the past 3 months, I have been very frustrated, irritable, and started to feel depressed. The more time passes, the more I think about the fact that this is probably going to be how the rest of my life is, and I dread it, and I don't want to spend a lifetime like this. But killing myself will hurt her and my kids and my parents, so we are back to me not wanting. I feel trapped. I love her, but I don't know that I will ever be happy again. Deep down, I know I will have moments of happiness, but will likely be muted by the underlying depression. I don't know how to handle something like this. I can't talk to her about it and how seriously the issue is to me, because then she feels like I'm pressuring her into Paragard, which is really the only option besides a vasectomy. Which she hates the idea of, because she still wants another kid, even though we compromised at 2. I wanted 1, she wanted 3. I have tried to word it in a way that isn't pressuring her into the Paragard, but no matter how I word it, in the end, I sort of really am hoping she will go on the Paragard. So I am pressuring her into getting it, as much as I hate that. But we have no other options. It's either vasectomy or Paragard, and we can't afford the vasectomy, and she doesn't like the idea. But if we can't enjoy sex, it's a waste of time and energy. We have been doing other things, but at some point you need to climax or everything else starts to be frustrating. And I think part of it is that she gets off just fine by other means I never have, other than the masturbation with porn, which is definitely out of the question, because I don't want to lose her either. Also, I forgot to mention that conceptual. Wait, what? I also forgot to mention that conceptual kind of works. Oh, maybe that's a form of birth control, but its effectiveness is questionable to use, and the goop makes her feel disgusting, which does not make for a sexually compatible mood for her. I'm lost. I don't know what to do, and I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to suffer this for a lifetime. Is there some way to come to terms with my situation and just move on and be happy, despite knowing I will never enjoy sex again? Or more likely, will we both at some point give in and have unprotected sex and we'll have another kid? She got pregnant with both kids after we, quote, stopped trying not to have kids. We weren't actually trying to have either one after just one time. Making the stress over money and paying bills unbearable. Thank you. Man. Well, this is interesting because I understand the effects of birth control, not wanting to go on it, because Steven and I had an argument about that. Mm-hmm. And he was so paranoid about not getting pregnant that he insisted on it, and that pissed me off a little bit. But then I found a birth control that worked for me. So I don't know. It's odd that your wife, condoms hurt her. I'm wondering if she has a latex allergy.
Yeah, I was like, I mean,
because
no one like loves condoms,
right? And I don't love condoms, but they're necessary for me and my partner to have sex without that worry in the back of our heads. Mm-hmm. This is not a plug, but skin condoms are latex free, and there's all other kinds of options. I'm sure she's went to a gynecologist for all of this because clearly there's been some trial and error here. I really have a problem with her getting upset and threatening to leave you because you jerk off to porn.
Yeah, that
is such bullshit.
Well, and also anytime someone says this person checks my phone, attention.
That is bullshit.
Everybody listening to the podcast, if you have a significant other, I don't care if it's your boyfriend, I don't care if it's your husband, I don't care if it's your wife. If there is anyone who checks your phone like you are a goddamn fucking child, that is not okay, and that needs to stop immediately. I would never, ever ask anyone to see their phone. And if you can't,
that's demeaning.
If
honestly.
you can't live without seeing someone else's phone, there is no trust in your relationship, and your relationship is broken. You need to fix that. Checking the fucking phone isn't going to help anything. It's that drives me crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It's completely unnecessary, and it's disrespectful to the trust that you thought you had in the relationship, but you clearly don't. With checking the phone. I think that's such bullshit.
Oh my God.
And I have a lot of other things to say. First of all, you, writer, need to put your happiness is a priority. And I think it's really interesting because based off of a lot of emails that we've received from guys where specifically their female partner is no longer interested in having sex with them at the moment, or they're going through a slump, or they're pregnant and they're not horny, or they just had a baby and they can't have sex and they're not horny, or whatever it may be, men get depressed. Mm-hmm. I've noticed, and I did not realize that was a thing. Because it seems pretty common.
They feel unattractive too. Like I think it's so we're so obsessed with like women feeling unattractive, but men feel equally unattractive.
Men, I think, might feel more unattractive than women.
They need to feel sexually wanted. Like that's very important, I think, to both men and women. But I think a lot of times we forget that men need to feel like sexual creatures.
I have so many thoughts that I want to tell you. Number one, you should establish with your I think you said wife, right? Your wife. She should never be looking through your phone. Yeah. That is completely ridiculous.
Stop today.
If she trusted you, she wouldn't look through your shit. And also, you looking at porn is not cheating. I thought that when I was 16 and almost dumped my boyfriend Darren because he was looking at porn. And then I realized that that was completely ridiculous. You have every right to watch pornography. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like, don't the wee kids are in the room, or when it's you're not dumb, go to the bathroom and look at it on your phone.
Yeah, or if it's affecting, like if she thinks like when you watch porn you act in a different way or something, that's a larger discussion to have. Because I have heard that.
Oh,
well,
really?
I mean, men have been pretty open with me that they sexualize women, they objectify them more when they've been watching a ton of porn or a certain type of porn. So I mean, if there is an actual reason, and maybe there's something that you're not telling us, and a reason why your wife doesn't like you watching porn, but if it's just because she doesn't like porn, that's fucking ridiculous.
But also, you need to have a conversation with her about it, because what if she has a reason in her head that she's not told you that you can offer some explanation to? Mm-hmm. You should have a serious conversation with her, because that is ridiculous. And if I were you, I would feel so frustrated and heartbroken, and of course depressed. That's completely understandable. Another thing, fleshlights are a great sex toy for men, which basically it's a vagina, butthole, or mouth, the giant plastic flashlight. You unscrew it, and then it's a sex toy, so you put your dick in it.
They make throwaway ones too if you need to hide it from your wife.
But you shouldn't have to hide it from your wife. That's
shouldn't,
crazy.
But it seems like you might have to.
I know, but for your sanity, because I know that men, like Steven says this all the time, like if I don't come for a certain amount of time, I go crazy. I know, okay, that's totally legitimate. Get a fleshlight if insertion is the only thing that does it for you, because I feel like that will feel as close to insertion other than insertion.
Yeah, I mean, or you can do prison style and like put your cock in a toilet paper roll.
That's also an option that you could do for much less a budget.
Yeah, if you're on a budget.
Boo, I will buy you a fleshlight, boo boo.
Oh my gosh.
Email me, I'm serious. And the other thing is, if you this conversation, I really think that you should have with your partner about snooping, about pornography. And I'm curious as to what she's so afraid of about you watching porn. And also, if you guys are truly unhappy, like she needs to know how unhappy this makes you and how it's kind of now starting to be this undertone throughout your entire life, your day-to-day living. That's a really big deal. And your happiness is very important. And you need to have that open conversation, because if for some reason she, after talking and trying to figure it out and trying to come to a conclusion, you feel in your heart of hearts that you two do not make sense together and are not compatible, it's better. I've had this conversation a lot lately, and I just want to put it out there as a PSA. Staying together for kids is not, I have never heard of that being a successful idea. Yeah. You're making your kids' lives miserable.
Well, especially when one of the options that you have presented to us is killing yourself.
Yes.
Like what are you talking about?
Yeah. Divorce your wife before you do that. Christ. Yeah. Get on Tinder.
I was like, God, if you think a divorce is going to hurt your kids, guess what's going to hurt your kids a lot more? You killing yourself. Yeah. Like, no.
Give you and your dick a chance. That is way too dramatic of an option. I understand that it's a lot of times in these situations, it's so hard to take a step back and see the picture from a distance, so you feel trapped. But she needs to know how unhappy this is making you, and all the things that she's doing that I really truly feel are ridiculous. Maybe she has reasons, she should tell you them and you should talk it out. But if for whatever reason you feel in your gut that you do not deserve a sexless, no sex for the rest of your life, that is ridiculous. And sex is very important, and sexual compatibility is so important that if your partner is like, nope, not budging, she's not a good partner. You can't communicate and come to agreements and decisions and compromises. Maybe that's not the best person for you long term.
Right. Well,
and your kids will be happier. If you're happier, your children will be happier.
Yeah. You're in a romantic relationship with this person.
Romance.
They're not, this is not a friend. Like, sex is part of the deal. I'm not like, you can never force your partner to have sex, but like if they start refusing to have sex with you, that is 100% grounds for separation. And I think people are scared to like say that or admit that, but like, no, 100%, that's part of the deal. It's part of what you signed up for, especially when it's a monogamous relationship. What? So yeah. if your monogamous partner just decides that they don't want to have sex anymore,
then you're just in prison,
not having sex. Like, absolutely, that's ridiculous.
You shouldn't be in pussyless prison, sir.
It's not an option. And and maybe I'm sure there's she has a side to the story that we're not hearing, obviously, because this is your email, but you guys need to talk it out. There's a lot of things that are very peculiar going on here that need to be discussed. And if these things aren't budging, then you need to break up. And
you deserve better.
Your kids will be fine. They're not going to be the only divorced kid with divorced parents in their class. I don't want to encourage a divorce when it doesn't need to be, but it's not going to be the end of the world.
Parents living in separate households, and they make it work because they actually get along so much better now. Yeah. And they're happy and they're smiling and they're better to their son, probably. You know what I mean? Like, just that leaks into other areas of your life.
Yeah, I mean, having parents is just a nightmare because it's human beings with a bunch of flaws
that you didn't choose.
Raising other human beings who would then pick up those flaws plus more flaws. Like, it's the whole thing's a mess. So
it's a miracle we're all alive, you guys.
For real,
we made it so far. However old you are listening to this, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, you did it. You lived another day. Bravo. And on that note, we are going to introduce today's guest.
Yes, we recorded this week's episode of Guys We Fucked at Hell Yes Fest in New Orleans at the Joy Theater. At the beginning, we bring some fuckers up on stage and talk to them, and then we bring up our very funny guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, wCARLY Aquilino.
I only fucked you as a joke. I only fucked you as a joke.
Barbecue. It's great. Everyone's just like, all right, come on, let's talk about dicks. Let's get to it.
It's us. Hi.
We're so immersed in the culture.
Oh, yeah. We didn't plan on that. It takes a second to untie them.
That was a $40 bid, and we really wish you had appreciated
I hope
it more.
you enjoyed it.
$40.
This is our first time in New Orleans, and fucking awesome city. And we got beads.
Oh, yeah, I took it off.
And mine says, "You make me horny, baby." But the catcher is there's 2 child frogs with giant dicks sticking out.
Yeah, and mine has police hat and police flashlight, which I guess is just different from a regular flashlight in that sometimes you hit people with it.
That's not nice.
And this says lay flat on your back and spread them. So we're doing what we can to get, the rape culture items off the streets.
Yeah, by buying them.
One by one. It's ours now, so it's in the right hands.
And later, after the show is done, we're going to be handing out skin condoms to everybody.
Yeah.
Because skin condoms are great, and you should always wrap it up. And especially if you have a latex allergy, they're latex free. Buy condoms, not online.
Yeah,
I knew it would be weird to do it like an ad read.
Yeah, I was like, we definitely weren't paid to say that. We just love skin condoms.
I just love them. I do use them, though. I used them last night. Dude, 6. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you. You look great.
Shut up. You look great.
We got ready in the rooms next to one another, but we haven't seen each other since. It's like a wedding. It was great.
So at the top of every podcast, we usually read emails, but when we do it live, we bring people up on stage. Is there anybody in here that has a problem and they want to just come and talk about it in front of a bunch of strangers?
Right.
You don't have to say your real name.
Everyone's laughing like, what a good joke, Christina. No, we're serious.
You guys, everything's just figured out? You got everything figured out?
You're in the front row on a Wednesday at Guys We Fuck the Live podcast. Everything is not going right.
You want to do it? Yeah, come on.
Everything is going very wrong.
Well, luckily we have a brave young woman to take a seat. Hi.
It's a little bit of a...
Give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
What's your name?
I'm Courtney.
Hi, Courtney. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So, what's going on in your life?
So I have this ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he won't go away. So here's the thing about 2016. Like,
let us know.
Yeah, what's up? What's up with 2016?
You might not know this, but like social media is great, but also terrible because people can find you everywhere. So like, we broke up forever ago, over a year.
Okay.
Stalker.
How long did you date?
Like 2.5 years.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say months, and I was going to kick you off the stage.
Restraining order done. Next, no.
No, we like lived together. It was pretty serious.
Okay.
But like, he won't go
I'll
away.
say.
So, like,
how won't he go away?
What's that?
Like, how won't he go away?
Like Mike Myers, like you murdered him 8 times and he's still living?
Yes.
Or he shows up at your house when you're in the bathtub?
It was just like that. No, but he keeps trying to contact me, and I just keep blocking him and ignoring it, but he just keeps like finding other ways to contact me. Like I've blocked him on email, on text, on Facebook. He's DM'd me on Twitter, on Instagram. Like,
what is he saying
found a way
to
to
you?
contact me via Venmo. Like, it's really obsessive.
Wow.
Yo, the second he contacts you on LinkedIn, that's when you got to get a restraining order because that's fucked up.
He's like, he's
sent me-
eBay'd you.
He sent me a message that said, "Did you unconnect with me on LinkedIn?" I was like, "Dude, get the fuck away."
Oh my
Like,
God, he did go the LinkedIn route.
He did, like everywhere. And there are all these channels to get in touch with people, but that also means when you break up with someone, there's all these channels that like you can't get away from them from.
Right. And when you're a regular adult person with like a logical brain, you take advantage of all the 12, 13 channels, but he's doing it. What is he trying to say to you when he's contacting you?
So it was a pretty messy breakup. And
How so? Details.
Yeah.
well,
What happened?
so wow, this is what y'all do all the time. Just
Right?
like,
Isn't it terrible?
spill your personal.
Isn't it the worst idea that anyone's ever had? I'm like, why do I do this?
Why did you think that was a good idea? Well, it's mostly strangers, except for one girl I know here. 2 girls I know here.
Hey, 2 girls.
But basically, we were long distance for a while, and he moved from Denver to live with me. And then I found out that he had been cheating on me like the whole time, like before he even moved. And I was like, why did you Why'd you move here?
Yeah.
What's
He
the
wanted
point
to
of that?
become a better man.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
LOLs, y'all.
So
How'd you find out?
I found out actually on accident when we were at this thing called Red Dress Run, which is a New Orleans thing, but basically everyone, guys and girls, we all wear red dresses
And
just
get
really
blackout wasted.
fucked up. And
Yes,
that's
I
it.
knew that was the answer.
That's it.
For
AKA,
a cause or just for the fuck of it?
I actually think there is a cause, but I don't know.
You don't know what it is. My girl.
I don't at all.
Oh, boy.
And I lost my phone at a bar, and I asked to use his, and then all these texts came up. I wasn't even snooping. Like, I wish it had been my own fault for finding it.
Yeah.
And he denied it, and I was like, dude, like, it's right here.
What did the text say?
It was. Yeah, I
Lick your
mean,
balls?
it was all
Lick
sexting
your ass?
stuff, and then like I scrolled up and saw photos, and there were like photos that I was in that he was like sending these people, and then I asked him, I was like, how many people, like how many girls was this? And he said, I'd have to think about it, and I was like, all right.
Did he say it with that level of sass?
No, I mean,
okay.
he was like, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. And
I was like, so that was
fuck
your
you.
artistic choice to create it like
Yeah,
that. Okay, I just
yeah.
want to make sure because I was like, wow, I would have just hit him in the face.
Yeah, just punch him.
So like that same day, I went home and I was way too drunk to do anything, so I went to bed. But then the next morning, I woke up and I just packed up all his stuff, nice and neat, put it on the front porch, and I was
nice
like,
of you.
bye.
That was a very nice way. Usually it goes, you throw the shit on the lawn, but you folded it up for him.
I had already thrown his phone against a brick wall, so
okay.
I did have a little moment of crazy there.
I don't think that was crazy. I think that was justified.
Yeah, last time my last boyfriend, I discovered he was cheating. I went upstairs to his room with the girl he was cheating on me with, and I like pushed him against the brick wall, so that's way better. So
There
I
might
feel
have been
really bad about that. Sorry, Chris.
Slap across the face in there too that I didn't mention.
Oh, you slapped him? Okay. So what is he saying when he's
so
contacting
basically,
you?
Abuse is funny as long as it's women on men, guys.
I'm not proud of that, y'all. No, but he basically is always reaching out to me because he wants me to accept his apology.
Oh,
He's
God.
so sorry. He's changed.
That's for his ego.
I think I read it online, so everything on the internet is true. But I read that people with narcissistic tendencies
I was just gonna say narcissist.
need like attention in general, and they can't handle when there is a breakup or the ending of a relationship that isn't on their terms.
Ooh, that's
So
what
they need to be in
So-
control of everything.
Yes.
Do you have his phone number handy?
We didn't tell you.
It's in my phone, which is in my purse.
Okay.
You know it by heart.
You don't know.
I know like the.
I don't even know
area
my
code.
boyfriend's phone number
I know
by
I know
heart.
my mom's phone number, and I know my own.
Are you getting it?
Oh my god!
Very smooth move, friend.
Thanks, Natalie.
You can give it to me and I'll call him.
Okay. This is so embarrassing.
This is
Now it's
crazy.
fun. Just
Tell it to me. I'm pulling it up.
talk amongst yourselves.
I got a lot of contacts, y'all.
What's his name?
Joey.
Joey.
Ugh.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Wait,
I know
should I
have
be
it.
one of the girls that he sent a message to and I just want to let him know?
Oh
I
yeah, we
forgive
need
him?
a game. We need a game plan. We need a game plan.
Oh, I have it deleted. I deleted it.
You deleted his number?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought I had it, but
that's okay. It was a good try. So
basically, like, my problem is that I don't want to give him the satisfaction of responding, but I also feel like, at what point do I just need to say, like, fuck off, leave me alone? I'm obviously haven't answered you in a year.
So you haven't said
Oh,
leave
you
me
haven't said
alone
anything
yet.
at all. Yeah.
I said leave me alone in the beginning, but then I was like, okay, well, he's not listening. I don't want to give him the satisfaction of a response. I'm just not going to say anything at all. And I thought he would get the hint, and it's been a fucking year, and he hasn't
narcissists-
gotten the hint.
That's 'cause he's a narcissist.
I wanted to see if y'all think I should try the go the fuck away route, or if I should just continue to ignore it and keep blocking him wherever he finds me and hope he eventually goes away.
I say go the fuck away route. You need to stop contacting me. This is extremely inappropriate. We broke up a year ago. Stop stalking me. It's actually creepy, and I know you wouldn't want to creep me out, but that's what you're doing. So go fuck yourself, Joey.
He's a grown-ass man. Like, he's 33 years old, so it's ridiculous.
God, I wish you had his number. If you have any friends that have his
make sure to
number-
add that you don't accept his apology.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah.
this
Well,
will
it's
never
cherry on
accept that
top of that
apology.
fuck you Sunday.
It's fun to add an extra jab.
And yeah, I would tell him that he needs to stop. This is completely inappropriate. He's going to keep doing it, and it's not acceptable. And if any time during the next hour you have a friend that texts you his number, you raise your hand and we'll call him and tell him that. We'll call him from our phone.
Yeah, and just tell him that he's a narcissist.
Yeah. We'll break it to him.
And then unless he's a stand-up comedian, that's an inappropriate way to be.
Yeah.
He's not funny. Like,
Doesn't
that
sound
should have been
funny.
the first sign that it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Just no sense of humor.
Yeah. No.
Right.
All right.
I hope he doesn't hear this.
Tell him to go fuck off.
I mean, I hope
he does hear it.
Well, no, if he does hear it, then he'll be so happy that we spent this long talking
So much
about
attention.
him.
That's exactly where I was going with
You're
that.
right. Absolutely.
Then maybe he'll stop. Maybe he
Probably
won't.
not.
Probably
Probably not, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tell him to fuck off. And in the meantime, if you get his number, just let me know.
All right. Thank you guys so
Give
much.
her a round of applause.
Yay,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for coming up. Do you know where you're going? Yeah. Okay.
I assume the way
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, like, no, it turns into a slide.
That'd be so cool.
All right, we have time for one more
more.
problem and try to make it even worse than that problem.
Yeah. Who's got something worse? I know you do. I see our emails.
Wait, is there a waitress service? I see people smelling cups in the front row. That's never a good sign.
Are they cups of cocaine?
I mean, I don't think
get
they've got.
shots?
It's New Orleans. So a hand in the back, the really high one.
Come on over. Go up the exit sign, and then just
Person who was
Figure it out.
standing to make themselves higher than everyone else, please come forward.
Good call, girl.
You put in the extra effort. We see you.
I really hope you find that guy's phone number. P.S. Joey, I'm gonna call him.
Who over 17 goes by Joey? Dear Lord.
This guy.
Yeah.
It's Joey. I'm gonna call him Joseph if we do find his number. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Take a seat. Take a mic. Take a seat. What's your name?
Wow.
Okay. Jacqueline.
Give it up for Jacqueline, everybody.
Jacqueline, everybody.
Is it weird to say that I just listened to your podcast in the shower about 2 hours ago?
No,
Did
that's
you
completely
masturbate?
appropriate.
You
Love
did
you
it.
girls.
Love you.
So many shower podcasts.
So
How
what's
long
going
are
on?
your showers?
Yeah, mine
Too
are long.
long. Hour and 40 minutes sometimes.
You got
Wow.
a portable head that you take. Yeah. What's going on?
So I would like to know, as a girl who has chosen to not bear children,
What a witch!
busted. Okay. it's up.
Just kidding.
Leave.
So it changes the dating life, right? Because you're not looking for men based on like procreation and the future that you
Were we
may
doing
have
that
with them.
before?
I just think that baby.
I wasn't doing that earlier.
I was
but
just
yeah.
like, who makes
And
me
I want
feel the
kids.
worst? You win.
That has been my history. Yes. Guilty.
Who will laugh at my jokes? I'll fuck you. Okay.
So you're out and you're having fun and you're hooking up with guys and it's fun. And you find that more often than not, you're sucking so much dick and not getting reciprocal head.
Oh.
And I would like to know how to appropriately ask to reciprocate the blowjobs that I'm giving. It's fine. I love it. But like, what do you say?
This was a bigger problem than the problem
Yeah,
before.
you're right.
Thank you
You're
for
right.
bringing it to our
Jacqueline,
attention.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
You're a hero.
I have the chills right now.
Wow.
I feel like you got a good line. I just say, hey, eat my pussy.
Yeah, I mean, what? So, okay.
Okay, well, the eat my pussy, like that, this doesn't turn me on because, like, the
And
first
that-
time I ever watched porn was, like, accidentally in the 3rd grade.
Wow.
Me too. Me too.
And
me
it
too. I
was, like, my
scarred for it.
friend's, like, mom's VHS porn with her
Accidentally?
stepdad. Yeah, we didn't know what it was going to be.
Wait,
we just popped it in.
So it was a amateur porn?
it was a obese people porn, like, super obese.
And you were like, Disney princess?
And
Oh,
yeah,
God.
like right with her like this and like him right here. And my friend Rachel had just reheated spaghetti in Tupperware and was like sitting on the bed eating the reheated pasta and like the sound of the noodles
You
and the
have
smell
not forgotten this.
and then the
Your attention to
vision.
detail is
It was just like,
Charles Dickens-esque.
it stuck with me, you know.
And how long
It's
did
sticking
you?
with me.
How long did you watch it for?
perhaps
The whole thing.
30 seconds for me.
Okay.
I really felt sick to my stomach.
Did you barf
You know?
on the spaghetti?
I blacked out at that point, like mentally. And
So wait, how does
never
this bring
really
us back
could
to
watch porn
pussy
again,
eating?
So eating pussy is just like, that's what all of a sudden
Oh,
I
God.
picture
Okay,
is
I
like
get
the
it.
actual like eating spaghetti pussy that,
But you don't think of that when you're
Oh.
sucking dick?
Dick and there was no dicks in the 30 seconds of the porn that you caught a glimpse at, huh?
No.
You've never watched porn since?
I mean, tried, my friend Laura out here, James Dean, he's her number one. That's a tough one, It's like,
He's like rapey and shit?
yes, but like,
Right. Okay.
Meaning he's a rapist.
This
yeah.
is taking so many different turns. Mm-hmm.
So many levels of issues. Yeah.
so back to like,
So you've sucked a lot of dicks and the guy's just like, all right, good night.
yeah.
Do you suck him until he does he come?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was gonna say, don't suck his dick until he has an orgasm.
But wait, and then
He's
what
gonna fall asleep.
happens? So you suck his dick and then he comes and then he falls asleep, or then he gets up and goes, I'm definitely not eating your pussy, and then leaves the room.
Or like, walks off the porch, like, back.
Where are you fucking?
So this is more of a New Orleans story?
New Orleans.
It's like
or-
very New Orleans. Like,
Right.
He just joins a parade and walks away, and you're like, but what the fuck?
Right.
Yes. Lost another.
How many times has this happened? That's really frustrating. Oh, you're
Okay.
so upset. No, I understand.
Well, okay, but to be real, it's like there's a thrill. I have to say that there's like in New Orleans, like this whole star fucking thing where it's like there are all these musicians and like
It's just
they
this-
turn you
when
on
I think
and it's-
celebrity, I think New Orleans.
yeah.
Everyone just
Wait,
got
musicians
mad.
but aren't there musicians everywhere?
Yes, but like here, it's like we live here, we see them all the time. Like there's just like real people, and there's this like thrill to like watching someone perform, and then like following them into the green room, and then like
Following him in
you
the
give them a
balcony.
blowjob, and then
Whoa.
it's like
This is so
Yeah, but, like,
specific.
Okay.
yeah, but then like how do you just ask for reciprocity?
So you're
What's-
blowing musicians at the balcony above their venue after they just played.
right?
Okay, got it.
So
got
wait,
it,
wait.
Got it.
Are we
That's
talking
fine.
like,
But,
lo-
like,
local celebrities
I thought
or
this
like
was an
Bono?
anti-slut shaming
No,
thing.
no, no.
Like,
I just wanna make sure
I'm
because-
just asking how
No,
we
no,
can get
no.
reciprocity.
We're making fun of you for being a star fucker, not a slut. There's a difference.
But also, it's hard to eat a pussy. I mean, maybe it's not, but I usually want to be on a bed. And if there's just a
it's hard
balcony-
to eat a pussy when your ego's in the way, I think is the answer to this question. It's like no one, I would never give a blowjob if I didn't have to, but I have not
would,
reached
though.
that level of success. Once I do,
How about you make them go down on you first before you suck their dick?
Please, how do you ask for it? How do you say it?
Okay, here's an important
How
question.
do you make that
whisper
a
it sexually.
given?
Don't just be like, just whisper in their ear, I want you to eat my pussy. I'm so glad that my brother's in the front row for this one.
Sorry, Chris. Right there. Do you go to suck their dick or do they ask you to suck their dick?
It's just like it's making out and it's fun, and then it's just like it feels good, but then it's like, okay, but then why isn't it just a given that it should just be?
T doesn't do
both
one of
ways?
these, right?
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, then you go for the dick.
It's not a
Which
given
makes
because
sense.
who would want to put in more work than they have to? That's why it's not a given. No one's like, oh, I want to do extra credit even though I'm already passing the class. You know what I'm saying?
I would make him finger me before he sucked his dick. Because fingering's more doable on a porch, you know what I mean? I mean, you gotta think of logistics.
Be less giving and more demanding.
So I think it's kind of rude to take anybody's head and put it towards your crotch, but if you take someone's hand and put it down your pants, if you're already making out and it's already sexual, then get off that way.
Right.
And then be like, bye.
Right. And just remember, if these are thing on the go things, your pussy is not a Lunchable. So it's not like a to-go item. It's more of I'm eating this here. You know?
It's to stay in, dine
sushi.
in.
Yeah, it is. It's just more of a, there's more involved.
That's a really good question, though. I would, because if you're seeing this as a pattern, take their hand and go. I mean, don't do that sound effect.
Don't queef with your mouth.
Then they'll be like, "How old are you?" And they're like, "Shut up!" And then after they finger you, just take out a flute and play it and walk away. That's what I would do.
Who's the star fucking now?
Yeah. Oh,
Watch my flute play.
I'm a huge star fucker. I don't care. It's fine.
I think you have to be comfortable demanding what you want and being willing to risk not getting anything and walking away empty-handed. You just have to be willing to take that risk. Like, there'll be another dick to suck. Like, I know that's like a dream for everybody, but like there'll be another.
I would suggest putting their hand down in your vagina area and making sure that they go to town.
Basically, I've just given up on the whole thing, you know.
You shouldn't give up. You shouldn't give up. Have you ever put a musician, like in that situation, that scenario? Have you ever kind of encouraged him to get you on?
Because the idea is that they'll play you like their instrument.
Right,
know?
and that's why when you watch someone play bass, you're like, that's how they would finger me. I'm into it.
Or like that, you know,
no
triple tongue thing with the trumpets, you know.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys need to go out. Like
trumpet players?
It's just.
I mean, I have a very strict no musicians rule for this reason in particular.
Because they just suck their dick and then they leave.
You can't trust musicians. I mean, I didn't want to just come out and say that, but like, that's your problem. Stop fucking musicians. It's like if I could make a list of people not to fuck, number one, 100% comedians, and then number two, definitely musicians, and number three, probably hockey players.
Oh yeah, they're rude. I mean, every experience I've had with a musician, I'm sure there's some great ones out there, but.
Oh, and then number four is like artists that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, unless Andy Warhol came back from the dead and decided he loved pussy.
You
like,
suck his
it's
dick.
not him.
Well, I just admire that, you know, you just know this stuff and I'm still fucking figuring it out, you know.
I mean, we don't know it. We're just trying to figure it out, too.
We're just taking a stab at it.
Girl, you aight? You could be good? Go after the show. We'll give you some skin condoms if it gets to that point, but you make somebody finger you after the show consensually.
You're not allowed to leave this theater until you are
someone
fingered.
fingers you, Jacqueline.
These three guys are like, we're on it.
Look at all these handsome men. I'm not saying, you know, does that help?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you
Give
so
her
much.
a round of applause,
Give her a
everybody.
hand. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. It's nice, so nice to meet you. I'll give you a hug. I'm such an awkward hugger. I'm sorry.
Thank you. We can hug. I don't know what we're doing.
Watch Corinne hug
my dress
awkwardly.
is up my ass.
Watch Corinne hug awkwardly.
Perfect. All right, so now we are ready to bring on our guest for today's podcast.
We're very excited.
We're very excited. It's always nice when you have a guest who's substantially more famous than you.
I love it.
You know her from probably the show Girl Code. Please give it up for Carly Aquilino! Woo! Thanks, Carly!
Hey, girl.
I'm so excited. I brought so many beverages.
Yeah, you bring all the beverages you want,
I'm going to be so hydrated.
It's going to be great.
This is great. I love it. Where's the girl? Is she getting fingered right now? Where'd
Yeah,
she go?
she's busy.
so.
She can't be here for the rest of the podcast.
She was escorted out. It was like, you have to go get fingered outside.
She left like a top spinning on top of a finger. Oh, like a dreidel. Happy Yom Kippur, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really a holiday where you say happy, but you know.
Is that a sad one?
It's one where you just sit in temple all day and think about what a piece of shit you are.
Are you religious?
God.
Or did you have any religious background?
I'm not. I mean, I
Neither.
was raised Catholic, but we didn't like go to church or, you
What
know,
was Catholic about
I actually got kicked out of religion when I was like in, like
the whole
sixth
thing
grade.
or like a
Religion?
class?
Not out of the religion. I don't think so, at least. But actually, maybe I did. Now that I think about
John
it,
was like, bye.
yeah. I just like missed too many classes. They used to make you go on Saturdays, and it's like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not going to go on a Saturday and like read the Bible. So I got kicked
horrible.
out, and they like yelled at my mom, and then my mom told like a nun that she was going to hell.
Oh, she told the nun? That's
Wow, she really
hilarious.
That's a
that.
real story that actually happened to me. So to answer your question, I'm not religious. Like they tried, like everybody tried, but it just didn't work. So I didn't want to like go on Saturday.
It didn't take. Yeah. I hear you.
I don't know what it was about, to answer your question. I didn't learn any. I received communion, but I didn't receive confirmation.
Is that when you get like the bread and grape
Yeah,
juice
you get like
'cause you're
the
a
bread. It's
minor?
not even bread.
It's a cracker.
It's a cracker.
Yeah,
It's a fucking cracker.
I wouldn't even call it. It's like disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't taste good at all.
Jesus' body tastes gross.
Yeah,
body tastes real nasty.
literally disgusting. Yeah.
Did your parents give you any type of sex talk when you were a kid? Like, how did you learn what sex was?
My mom told me. She was like, well, it was weird. So
Carly,
like I was
come here.
Yeah.
Lean in.
Like my mom and I have been really close all the time. So even when I was younger, like she kind of gave me the talk, like when you fall in love with somebody.
Aw.
Okay, mom.
Sweet notion.
That's like such a lie. Like
Yeah.
she like forgot to say that was a lie. But she was like, when you fall in love with somebody, you're gonna like have urges. These are the like the key words that parents use. They're like urges. And then when my mom found out I had sex, like I had told her that I had sex for the first time. And she was like, well, we need to get you on birth control ASAP. Like she did the right thing. She was cool about it.
She
Yeah.
didn't walk
And I
out
was
of the
like,
restaurant you were in and not talk to you for 2
yeah,
weeks.
she was really nice.
That's great.
About
Must
it.
be nice, yeah.
Yeah. And then, but it actually got worse. Like, I kind of wish she would have shunned me because she was like, you need to go on birth control. I said, I didn't want to go on birth control. I'm like, no, we're using protection. She's like, condoms don't always work. And I was like,
Unless
yeah,
they're
they do.
Skin condoms work. Anyway.
Oh, is that the sponsor?
Nah, it's fine.
You smelled us from a mile
Well,
away, Carly.
Yeah.
No, I just love skin condoms.
I knew. Yeah.
I really do, though.
But yeah, so I was like, condoms do always work. And she was like, no, they don't. That's how you were born. So I was like, what?
Oh, shit.
Mom, you crazy. So
Making
then,
that point.
yeah, she made that point. So I was a mistake and everything's been great ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like any weird kid masturbation stories? I feel like I have a ton.
I think my mom walked in on me masturbating once.
Oh, really?
And yeah, my mom like walked in on me masturbating because I would like masturbate. Like when I first found out I could masturbate, I was like, I'm doing this all the time.
yeah.
Like not
The
waiting
couch,
for the
the-
nighttime, like
Yeah.
during the day. I was like, I'm literally just gonna always masturbate. And she
Same.
knew.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, this is a magical button that
I'm
I
like,
found.
yeah, I'm like, why would I ever want to not feel this way? Like I'm constantly masturbating.
Did you know though that I thought I would get pregnant and I was like waiting for the
Yeah.
day that I would pee and I was like 8.
Yeah.
I'm like I would look at the toilet paper for blood and be like, I'm gonna have to tell my mom soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
Oh my
from
God.
masturbating?
I thought I was gonna get pregnant. I didn't get any talk.
Yeah. I thought you get pregnant like from kissing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was like also weird that I thought that. But yeah, my mom knew that I was, because she came into my room and I guess there was like a book on my bed. Like I guess I had like put my book bag on my bed.
And
so
she
like,
was like, nothing
she
reeks
walked
of
in on me.
masturbation.
Yeah,
What
she
a
like
book.
walked in on me masturbating and I opened a book and she was like, I know you're lying. You were not reading a book. Like, what were you doing? Like that was like what she caught me because I was so bad in school. So she was like, you weren't reading.
Oh, I was like, why did she assume you weren't reading?
Because I wasn't reading.
You really weren't
and
reading.
I never was reading. I was always masturbating, you guys. Never reading.
And that's why you didn't do well in school.
Yeah, and that's why I'm a comedian. Like, it's my life now.
No reading required.
Yeah.
Did she like say anything else after that? Like, okay, cool, like your body.
Yeah, she was like, it's natural. You're a person. Like, these are things that are going to happen when you get older. You know, like, it's okay. Just embrace it.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
my mom's super cool. She was like, don't think you're weird. Like, everybody goes through this. And I was like, you don't, though. That's gross.
Did you ever hear
Right.
your parents having sex?
No, thank God, because I would die.
Yeah,
I would die.
Yeah.
I know so many people that have like walked in on their parents
Yep.
having sex.
I've never heard a sound. Have you?
No, there was one incident in the hallway downstairs where I thought I
Oh my
heard
God.
something, but then I was like, we just live in a very old colonial home, so it couldn't have
Sure.
been. It was just ghosts.
Yeah, it was just the ghosts were fucking in your house.
It was the ghosts of relationship past.
You told us a very little bit of a story backstage about
Yeah,
someone in jail.
right. Me and somebody in jail.
Go.
Explain.
So I have really great judgment.
Yeah.
When I'm dating a guy, I'm like, he has to be perfect, and like, so I dated this guy that was in jail.
He was in
And
jail before you started dating.
He was okay. So I started dating him when he was on probation. Okay. You guys.
Stop being so judgmental.
And he was in rehab, so it's like whatever. He was trying to like get better, but he had to go.
anklet?
He had to be in rehab. He didn't want to go to rehab. Like he had to go.
Oh.
So yeah,
like
but
a
whatever.
court-mandated
Yeah,
rehab.
like people make mistakes. Like it's not even a big deal. So he's like, no, he's the one. Obviously, I thought that, and then he ended up violating his probation because he was amazing, and like he went to jail. So I'm like, oh, perfect. Like a normal person would have been like, I should probably stop dating this guy that's in jail. But I was like, this guy will never cheat on me.
Yeah. Now I always know where he is.
I know where he is. Like,
how dating a guy who doesn't drink. It's so nice.
It's
like, I don't have to worry about it.
It's totally fine. It's like dating a gay guy. It's like, I know you're not going to fuck any other girls.
Right.
Like, you're in jail. So I'm like, okay, he's in jail. It's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. He had this court date. By the way, I was an amazing, like, jail girlfriend. Like, I sent him a cake to jail.
And they gave it to him? Do that.
They smushed it, but they gave it to him all smushed.
What? Did they smush it to make sure nothing was inside
That there were no, like, weapons in it. Yeah, or
but
drugs.
what if it was like a weed cake? He should have made a weed cake.
I know. I should have been like really cool. I should have been really cool and gave him a weed cake. But I sent him like a cake because he was like going to court the next day, and and they smushed the cake. But
Did
then
it
they
say anything
gave
on
it
the
to
top?
him. It did say like "Good luck at court." Like so disgusting. Like this is so disgusting.
Did you know they were going to smash it?
I
Did you have
didn't.
an inkling?
I had a feeling. I was like, "There's no way I could just send stuff into jail."
Right,
like
like everyone would be baking and then guns.
Yeah, like they'd be
keys.
like, "Oh my god, everybody has a sweet tooth in the penitentiary."
I
Wow.
love pastry.
Yeah, but they smushed it. They gave it to him. He loved it. He loved it because he was in jail. Like he had no other option.
Yeah.
So he ate the smushed cake, and then he went to court the next day. And I was like, "Oh my god, my boyfriend's like in court." He was either going to get out of it's so hot. Like, I'm so nervous what I do. So
Poor me. Oh my God. What am I going to do?
he was either going to get out of jail that day or like go to jail for like a really fucking long time, right?
Hence the cake. I get
The
it.
cake. So I was
What
like,
the
all right,
fuck
this
was
might
he
be, he's a monster. He's literally a living monster. Like, he's a nightmare.
Did you know the crimes that he was up for?
Yes.
What were they?
I was such a fan. He was like, I miss him. I do. I miss him. I'm trying to remember what he did.
He was like White, like Walter White, like making meth and like something cool and creative.
No, it
like,
wasn't. No, it wasn't even creative. It was like getting into too many fights, like getting a DWI, like doing stupid things, and just constantly. Like I think he got caught with like weed a few times.
Ow.
But it's like it's weed, so I was like, he's still the one. So then I didn't hear from him the whole court date day, and I was like, oh my god,
he was
like,
probably busy.
He's probably in jail. Like I was so upset, but it was so embarrassing because he would like call me like collect.
And you had to pay for it, right?
I would no, he had a calling card.
Oh,
it was
good.
like fancy.
Did you give him the calling
Yeah,
card?
it was like classy. It was classy. So I was nervous that he was going to be in jail forever. And then I look online and like we have a mutual friend and I look online and there's pictures of like him leaving court. So he's actually a musician. Okay.
I was gonna say, I was like, is he just a guy?
He's a musician. No, he's not like some random guy. Where's Jacqueline?
Girl, she getting fingered in the back.
Okay.
She's literally getting fingered. Probably by him. Like, we don't know where he is.
Maybe.
Like, he's MIA. But he was a musician, so I saw online that he was, like, leaving court with his ex-girlfriend.
No.
Yes. So I got cheated on by somebody that was in jail. Like, and that was the whole reason why I was with him. I was like, you're in jail. Like, this is kind of perfect.
Yeah. Works
like,
out.
There's like no girls even allowed near you. Like literally.
Would you have been able to fuck him though? Can you fuck people in jail?
I think there might be
If
a
you're dating
thing.
There's conjugal visits, but I think you have to be married.
You have to be married.
Yeah.
I was working on it. But
Had you had sexual contact with him before he went to jail?
no.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, I know. So I was like waiting for
Did he
him
know
to.
you
Like
were
I
his
wasn't even
girlfriend?
hooking up with it. He didn't know I was his girlfriend.
Oh.
He didn't know I was his girlfriend.
Okay.
A
was
lot of times, guys don't know that I'm their girlfriend, and it's like
Yeah.
so hard. Like I tell them,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
But they're like,
okay.
they're like, I'm in jail. Like I can't do it.
he didn't. That's not
yeah,
a no.
yeah, that's exactly. It's never
Not
a
a
no,
no.
but it's never a yes. So it's like I don't know what to do. Like you're my boyfriend, but I was I really like thought he was my boyfriend, but I also wasn't hooking up with anybody else because I was like, oh no, he's gonna call me at like 3 and then he's gonna call me again at 7. Like I was like, I'm in a relationship. So I didn't hook up with anybody else. And then I saw him like leaving court with his ex-girlfriend. And then the next day he called me and I was like, first of all, I'm glad you're going to jail like forever.
So he ended up going
He ended up going back to jail, but she like went to his court date and they were like, I was like, you were holding hands like outside of court. Like, and in my head, I was like, this is the craziest conversation anybody's ever had.
If that girl was like, who the fuck gave you that cake?
Exactly.
What bitch?
Who gave you that smushed ass cake?
Yeah.
Like, it literally was like a sandcastle. But I thought I was like an amazing jail girlfriend. I would be one of those girlfriends too. Like you know those crazy people, like there's shows about it where it's like these women like are pen pals with like
murderers.
Like Damien Eccles, West Memphis 3.
And it's like,
and that's what I want to be.
well, it's hard because when you're like, women are strong and smart and forward-thinking and intelligent, and then you try to fuck a murderer.
And then you're like, but
I
he's
guess
like,
if you want to.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, it's like
my whole
it's
argument's
a
shit now.
challenge.
It's a challenge to not get murdered. You're like, I don't know if he will murder me or not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, we always, like women always want to keep things interesting, and that's just like another way to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mystery. You never know if he's going to kill you.
Right. Exactly.
You
So
know?
much fun.
You hope
So
he
much fun.
Stays in jail.
Right.
So how did he was there ever a moment where he was like, oh, I didn't know we were in a relationship?
No, he was nice about it. He was like, I think it was because of the cake. Like he felt bad. So he was like, I'm sorry. Like it was just like she showed up. I'm like, nobody just shows up to go to like court. Like nobody
That's a
ever
planned
wants
thing.
to go to court. It's not like a fun thing. It's not like, oh, she showed up at like Disneyland. Like it's court.
Yeah.
She didn't want to
She
go.
was at the bar I worked
You
at.
invited her. Like, and I would have gone. Like that's the thing. Like I would have been there like in those
with like a
pictures.
sign.
Yeah.
You would have had a sign for him.
Fully would have had a sign.
You're like, I had my
Like
court
he's
outfit.
innocent. Yeah. So stupid.
Black and white stripes. LOL.
Yeah.
Let him go. Wow. Is that like the weirdest dating story you have? Or, like the worst?
I have really bad dating stories.
Okay.
I have some serious dating stories.
Like what? That's not the worst one?
That might be the worst. That's like the craziest one, I think. I'm trying to think of other bad ones.
I was on OkCupid. I had like a 2-year stretch where I was just like date.
Yeah, that's like what I'm doing. It's terrible.
Well, most of them were horrible, but as a comedian, I'm like, this is hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
And then this one guy showed up to my house. He drove an ambulance, and he like showed up in the ambulance and like outside and like put the sirens on, and I was like, oh my god. And then
oh my God, did he put you in a stretcher?
No,
No.
no, I wish
That would have
he
been
did.
cool.
Well, his partner was in the back of the ambulance, so he was like, oh, Bob needs to go home.
Yeah.
But and then we had our first date, and he had like dirty long fingernails that were very dirty underneath.
Nope.
And then he ordered this giant plate of wings. I thought we were gonna split it, but like he ate them all, and I was like, what the fuck? I just sat there for like 40 minutes going, you're not gonna eat this. You're eating this whole fucking
So you didn't
thing.
even go in?
No,
You didn't
no.
even like
no,
grab a wing?
he was like a monster, like a werewolf to those wings. Yeah.
And
So
that's
anyway,
disgusting.
that's what comes to mind when I have like bad date experiences.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that was one of them.
Yeah. I like went on a date with a guy recently, like, and we had been talking forever. But like he wasn't my boyfriend. I mean, to me he was, but like he like wasn't.
Right.
But we went to the movies, like literally it's like this movie theater, like you're at a kiosk buying tickets.
Yeah.
Like it's like you have to like wait in line, and he like got one ticket for him. So I was like, okay. So I like got my ticket. I was like, this is stupid. Like
It'd be funny if like your card got declined or something.
I should have
That's
been
happened to
like, oh, okay. But I'm like cool about it. I'm like, I don't care. Like, but it was like a shitty movie that I didn't even want to see. I'm like, I didn't want to, like, I could have watched Netflix at my house. Like, what are we doing out in public together? So I bought the ticket, and then I got popcorn. Like, I got popcorn. He ate all the fucking popcorn. And I'm like, you have brought nothing to this, like, relationship
Not
that
at
you don't know
all.
exists. Like, this is a real relationship to me, and not because you don't know that it's a thing. But how could you just do like you
What
ate
a
all
dick.
my fucking popcorn?
I would
and
have
popcorn's
smacked
like
him and
my
left.
favorite thing.
Me too.
I love movie
I'm a popcorn addict.
Yeah.
I have my own popcorn popper at my house.
No.
My boyfriend gives me popcorn for Christmas, and I'm genuinely happy
Oh my
about
God,
it.
that's
Like it's a great
amazing.
gift.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
That's the shit.
That's rude.
Oh my God.
What's like the worst sex you've ever had? Because I feel like
The worst
if
sex
these are
I've
just
ever
dates.
had. Yeah, these are just
What the
dates.
fuck
This isn't
happens
even
in the
like people
sack?
I'm hooking up with. Yeah.
But wait, I'm confused because so do these people know that you're like somebody? How is it like dating when you're known?
Yeah.
I think it's this. I think it's it goes both ways because like either somebody's cool and like they don't. It's not a thing. Like I never want it to be a thing, and I never act like it's a thing.
For
like,
sure.
Because I don't think I'm like a superstar in any type of way, but. I've dated, like, I also don't have, like, oh, I need to date a guy that has these things. Like, I don't think of it like that. But there's definitely been times where I've gone out with, like, I hooked up with, all right. So, like, I dated this guy.
Yeah.
He was, like, a waiter at one of the comedy clubs that I worked at. And I met him and I was like, you. And then he was like, mozzarella sticks. And I was like, yes. And so we fell in love, obviously. And we dated for a little bit, but he like took such advantage of me. Like I was paying for everything. And I'm like, and here's the thing. I'm like, okay, first of all, we're not doing anything crazy. We're like getting pizza. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, I need to go to all these bougie places. But then it was like, he never like offered. And then he was like going out getting tattoos and shit.
Ugh.
Like I'm like you just spent $1,000 on a tattoo, like, and you can't get a
pizza.
bagel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bagels
priorities,
are
man.
$2, and I'm buying you a bagel. Like
Yeah.
you're disgusting. Like you're gross.
And $2 is like a high-end bagel.
That's like
Yeah.
a nice bagel.
It's usually like $1.30.
Exactly. And I was like treating him to this like these fancy bagels. I would like be like, "What flavor do you want?" Like I was like nice.
Wow.
But
Shit.
yeah, it
Thankless.
sucked. It sucked.
yeah.
Well, I like hearing stories. I always feel like I hear stories about male comedians fucking the waitresses, not going out
Yeah.
and buying the bagels. I wish they were that nice.
Right.
Maybe some of them are, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
nice to
the
hear like a
dream.
chick comedian be like, "Yeah, you, let's
Yeah.
get bagels." Oh.
My friends always make fun of me because I like whenever a guy like comes over, if I like hook up with a guy, I like get them an Uber,
that's
which
nice.
is
I've done
so
that.
nice.
I had a 3-way in Toronto and I got the girl an Uber.
That's so nice.
I walked her downstairs and I waited
It's
with
like
her.
luxury. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get you an Uber X. Like I'll get you like an Uber. Like I'll get you like the Honda Civic Uber.
Yeah,
like
right.
the fancy Uber.
Yes. That's that's very Derek Jeter of
It's
you.
so Derek
If you
Jeter.
got-
Like a little gift for
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
gift basket.
Like he could just sit in that Uber. Like he could plug in his phone. Like there's so many things he could do
And
in
where's the
there.
ride
Uber
share?
in season 1 of Girl Code.
yes. Not even ride share. That's very nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but my friends always make fun of me for that because I'm like a monster. But I'm also like, get the fuck out of my apartment because I don't want to sleep in bed with anybody that I'm not dating.
Yeah.
I
I'm the same way.
don't like it. You
Yep.
sweat. You're like a furnace. Like their leg is always like on my leg, and then I can't move my leg.
I don't
and
know
then
what that's
I'm afraid
about.
to like sleep in my own bed. So I'm like, you need to go home. I actually a few weeks ago made a guy ride his bike back to Brooklyn at 3:30 in the morning, like over the Brooklyn Bridge in the rain.
Wow.
I mean,
That's how much personal space matters, though.
it's true.
You're full of
ride that bike.
surprises.
He shouldn't have rode a bike to me. Otherwise, I would have gotten him an Uber. But there's
Yeah.
no Ubers that are like, you could bring your bike in here. Like, that's fucking stupid. Why would you even be?
bike rack?
Yeah, like Uber bike. Like, no.
That'll teach him
Yeah.
how to ride his bike
And
anywhere
he
again.
assumed that he was going to be able to sleep over. And I was like, no, you're going to need to get on that 2-wheeler and just ride your ass home, buddy.
What is
Sorry.
that though about guys always putting their leg? Because my boyfriend always puts his big ass leg on mine.
I hate it.
Is it like airing their dick out? Is that
I
what
don't
it
know.
is?
I think here's what it is.
And just do this.
And I've been trying to figure this out forever because I think that every girl is like fascinated by balls, right?
Oh my God, I play with them.
We don't
all
know
the time.
what the fuck is happening with the balls
Yeah,
ever.
sometimes they shrink.
they like shrink,
And it's
they
like
are
it was
down.
just a sack that was dragging.
Yeah.
And now it's like, where'd they go?
Exactly. Sometimes I go to find them and they're not there. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
where did they go?
I'll go to hold them. I'm like, wait, there were
Yeah.
just balls here.
Yeah.
And now
balls
it's like a squishy
fascinate me.
raisin.
Yeah.
Every excuse
So
that I
weird.
make for a guy, I'm like, it's his balls. Like, I know it's the balls. Because I'm like, are they like, how do you not squish them? Like, when you're walking, like, how do you not feel them?
Riding bikes.
These are like every boyfriend I've ever had. Bikes.
I don't get it. How do you
have
ride a
a
bike?
bike?
Do you ride a bike? How the fuck
How
you
do
put
you
your
ride a
balls to
bike?
the side? You put
You
your balls
place
on
your
top.
balls
You go,
on top of the bike.
You teabag the bike,
You
and then
teabag
you
the bike.
drive.
Where are
okay.
you from? Ireland. Okay.
Ireland.
Riding bikes in
Teabagging those
Ireland.
bikes.
They
Teabagging
sat
those
in
bikes.
the front and they're like, we hope they do audience participation.
Yeah, we hope they ask us what we do with our balls, like when
Nailed
we're riding
it.
a bike. Yeah, but I'm like fascinated by them. But I think maybe that's why they're so spready when they sleep, because their balls are like they probably don't even know what's going on with their
I don't
balls
think-
ever. Because like, how could you even know?
Do you know after a guy comes and then you just if you look at his balls, they're like moving. Like there's like
It's so
like,
crazy.
It's like Sigourney. It's like Alien, but
It's
like
so
balls.
crazy.
I've never looked.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you have to look.
It's like
You have to look.
you know those things
They're
where
like vibrating?
no, it's
They're
like you know those sand art pieces that like your dad had on his desk and you flip it over and it's all these colors and they just like go
My
like
dad didn't have it
that.
on his desk, but yes,
My
I
dad
know.
did. And
Yep.
that's what balls do.
It's like they like move. It's like the mummy. You know when the bugs go under your skin and they're like moving around. That's what balls look like.
You have
weird.
a lot of weird life experiences too.
I'm
can't
obsessed with ball. Like I love.
Yeah.
I'm like fascinated by them because I'm like I don't know what they're like. Why?
Right.
It's
Why
a sperm
are they
house,
there?
but yeah.
It is literally the beginning of a life, but it's still confusing to me.
It's
I don't
just
know.
weird. Balls are so weird.
That's my excuse for them, like with the legs when they're sleeping. It's like their balls are like just moving around. They're like, I have to just move my leg because my
Right.
balls are creeping up on
This
me
is
again.
their time. Yeah. Mhm.
when
Yeah.
they do that, are they naked and so they're like balls are on your butt?
Yeah, I mean, and I never want to see. Like, I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan unless I love you.
Right.
I don't want to sleep in the same bed as you. It's
yeah.
not a thing that I'm not like, oh, I want to wake up in the morning and so we both smell like shit and like fucking kiss. It's so weird.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. If I'm gonna kiss you with morning breath, it's because I fucking love.
Yeah,
the
it's because I
shit out
love
of
you and I know that you love me and you're not gonna like never talk to me again because I look like Jack Nicholson when I wake up in the morning. Like,
Wow.
Wow, you do really good with
fully-
makeup.
Oh, yeah,
Full Jack
fully-
Nicholson.
I used
Amazing
to
contour.
There's this one dude that was like way older than me that I used to bang for like 5 years on and off. And I remember I would wake up before him and like go to his, I was like 20 or 19.
Yeah.
And I would put makeup on in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Natural makeup.
Yeah.
I
I'm like,
still
this
do
is
that.
like
Yeah.
pursed lips. And then as I was like, why am I doing this? Why
Yeah.
am I? And then I would get back in bed and like put my hair and I'm like, oh, good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I love that fake waking up. I still do that all the time. I'll be like, what? Like, that's not how I wake up. If anybody ever actually woke me up, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you touching me? Like, don't wake me up. How dare you? But I do that. Like, I'll like put Listerine in. Like, he's
yes.
going to actually believe that I wake up smelling like a fucking mountain every morning. So bizarre.
Wow.
You ever done that?
Why do we do these things?
I've definitely
don't
brushed
know.
my teeth, but I've never put on makeup and gone back to bed.
No?
But I've brushed my teeth. Yeah. Because I mean, like, there's a certain point when your breath is so bad that it's even hurting you.
Yeah.
So
It hurts to swallow because you're like, no,
Fully-
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
open.
It's like you're ashamed of it. You're ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's that scene in like? Is it My Best Friend's Wedding where like or Notting Hill maybe where Julia Roberts like pulls the sheets over her mouth, and I was like, that's the scene in a movie that's most spoken
Notting
to me
Hill.
out of any movie ever.
Yeah.
Covering
so cute.
I was like, well, if Julia Roberts wakes up with morning
I
breath,
love
then
her.
it's okay for
Sometimes I'll
everybody.
wake up and like pretend to be confused. I'm like, where am I? Where
Yeah. I'm like,
Like,
I never do this.
don't
Like, I
know,
don't even
or-
know.
Even when now like, with my
Yeah.
boyfriend of like 5 years, I'm like, where? And he's like, oh, it's okay. And he thinks it's so cute, so I
Yeah.
just keep going. I'm like, water. And, yeah.
You're like,
No one else, just me.
I'm like, that's a
no,
little
I do that all the time. I do that all
But
the
even
time.
with like people that you like known a long time,
what?
even
fun
with
to
people
be
you've
cute.
known a long time.
Yeah. Oh, fully.
I'll go all adorable on your ass.
Yeah. I'll go adorable and also sometimes hit. Like
Hit a
sleep
person?
hitting.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, I accidentally kicked you.
Oh, when they're snoring.
Like, get the fuck off me. I accidentally kicked you kind of
Oh,
thing. But it's like,
okay.
oh, it was an accident. And he's like, oh, it's so cute that you were sleeping and like physically abused me. But I was
Right.
like, your leg was on me. So I had to like intervene and kick you.
Right.
I kick Steven when he snores.
Yeah. You should.
bad?
Like, wait, it's like a kicking. It's like,
Just stop.
yeah.
Snoring.
Stop.
How about,
Every
like,
guy snores too.
Nicely rolling over their body so they stop snoring.
Tried it.
Didn't work.
No, it
I've
doesn't
done it.
work.
Only hitting works.
Only hitting. Smack in
Hitting-
the face or in the butt.
or kicking.
Have you ever actually like gotten violent with a dude?
No.
No.
For sexual
I don't think
reasons?
for sex. No.
You're not
Not your
you're
thing?
a non-violent person.
I don't think so. Even like when I get mad, I'm not like a screaming crazy person. I'm like the creepy mad person where I just stare.
Ooh.
And like my jaw is clenched.
Mm-hmm.
And drool. Yeah, I just stare and drool.
Is she having a seizure?
I'm
She
fucking
pissed at me.
pissed. Yeah. But I just stare and like clench my jaw. And then like any guy I've ever been with is like, what the fuck are you thinking right now? Like, you need to talk to me. What's going on in your head? And I'm like, I'm fine.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the worst kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like silent crazy. Nobody knows what I'm thinking.
How long does it take you to eventually tell the person how you're feeling? Because I hold out for a while.
Yeah, I hold
Sometimes.
out until I calm down usually, because that's what I've learned. Because I feel like if you say things when you're really mad, you end up saying things that you don't mean, and it really can hurt someone's feelings. Even if you're like, hey, I was mad, like
Right.
I didn't mean it, they're still like, you kind of did because you think it and you said it. So
It was on the tip of
I
your
don't,
tongue.
literally, you couldn't wait to say it. Like you interrupted me to say it.
interrupted me.
Yeah. So they know that it's intentional and it, like you actually mean it. So I will always calm down before I yell at someone. But I don't even yell. I just go, I just don't think that was right. Like I just like try and
That's
not be
good.
crazy.
And then it just comes off
It's
as
hard.
complete insanity.
Oh yeah, it makes me look even more crazy when I'm staring at a fucking wall. Like it's
don't look 'em in
weird.
the
No, I don't look them in the eye. I stare at a wall and just gaze. And they're like, I know you're mad. Like,
That's
why
like
are
a
you
dog
mad?
seeing a ghost in your living room, but it's just you mad
Yeah.
at your boyfriend.
That's how I am when I'm mad.
I was gonna say, if you have to try so hard to not be crazy, do you think you're actually crazy?
I'm a fully crazy. Yeah, no.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
your crazy? Because I do that too. And
Yeah.
it's mine is my temper when I had to learn to like argue appropriately.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know was like a thing.
Yeah, that's like, you got to learn that trial and error.
Yeah, like one time, my boyfriend like was like, "I'm leaving." and I was like, "No, you're not, because I'm leaving." And I like raced him to the
Oh,
front door,
no.
and I like pushed him aside like a
Yeah.
really shitty like student athlete. And I was like, "Move,
Yeah.
I gotta go because I'm leaving."
Yeah, and
Very
then you're
immature.
both like, I really didn't want to leave. And like,
I sat
kinda
outside.
yeah,
Like,
you
so
sit
find
outside. That's
someplace
what
to
happens.
go.
When you're like, I'm leaving, you're like, oh, fuck, where am I going to go?
Where am I
Dunkin'
gonna
Donuts?
go?
Like, what do I do?
Nothing is over.
I wanna
I
leave.
forgot my phone.
Wins.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever gets the apartment at the end wins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like
Because you get
won
to
the
chill.
divorce.
Yeah. And then whenever I've left and then come home, like stormed back in, I'm like, oh, you're just sitting here like living your life, having fun. Like you forgot about the fight, and I was
Yeah.
like in the rain, like looking for something to do for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'll go pretty far to prove a point.
Yeah.
I'll wait in the rain for a long
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I've done it.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Are
What's
you like
the-
a stalker? Because that's like my crazy is not anger, it's stalking. Like I waited outside a movie theater because I knew my
No.
ex-boyfriend was seeing a movie with his new girlfriend. However, I thought it was in New York City and it was in New York State, and that's not the same place.
Yeah.
So I was there for a while.
We're like, why is it a double? Is he doing a double feature? What the fuck?
Yeah,
I guess I'll stay here till 3 a.m.
What are they at the matinee? Like, why is this taking until 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Wait, what were you gonna do?
Yeah.
Just
She's like, just
look at
kill
him.
them.
Just look at him real hard.
Yeah. Were you gonna pull the move where you're like, I'm pretending I'm walking? Like,
No,
wait, what?
I was
Like-
standing posed with my arms crossed the entire time because you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready.
You gotta
It's
be
true.
ready.
You do. I think that's really funny. I wish that they were at that movie theater in the city, not in the state. But I would love to know what actually would have happened. That would have been really funny because it's like one of those things that you anticipate. You're like, I'm gonna stand with my arms crossed and look at him.
Right.
And then he would probably just come out of the movies and be like, hey, what's going on, girl? Like, just like keep walking. And you're like, you're like, I showed him. Like, he like saw me, you know?
Well, that's something that's like that's never going, like, that's always going to make you worse than any fear you're striking into their hearts.
Right.
Like, that's always like just making me look like the worst person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaky.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
The worst thing I've ever done.
Like stalkery or like can't let go.
I'm trying to think of stalking because I feel like there's definitely been times where I'm like, I've seen every Instagram picture a guy has ever posted.
Have you ever accidentally
Since the
liked
beginning
his
of-
oldest one?
Yes.
Like, fuck,
That's what I was getting at.
But then he's gonna know that it was liked.
The feeling you get when you accidentally like somebody's Instagram picture that's from like 375 weeks ago, you're like, you want to fucking die. Like, but like I did that once and I texted a guy, hey, somebody hacked my Instagram, which made it even worse because it's like, who would hack your Instagram and go back 7 years on my page and like a picture? It was like a picture of us, like back in the day. It was like the first picture we ever took together down memory lane.
Wow. That was a lot of scrolling.
It was like my thumb hurt. Like I was scrolling so much. So I definitely did that. I think that's what it is. The internet is so fucking creepy. Like you creep. Like I'm like, I know how you broke your arm. Like in 3rd grade. Like I don't even. Like I know everything about you.
It encourages you to be a private investigator, but you are not.
And it gives you information you don't need to know.
I should be though.
Every girl, I mean, is so good at it.
I could be in the FBI.
Yeah.
Have you ever snooped through? Do you snoop?
Oh,
I would snoop. Oh,
I snoop
Which is
if
bad.
I have a reason to snoop.
Yeah.
I'm not like an all the time snooper, but like if someone's being shady, I'm like, I'm gonna investigate and
What's
I'm gonna
an
get to the bottom
example
of
of
this.
shade?
Example of shade. Okay, so I dated a guy. He was like away for a weekend, and he was
Shady.
in Atlantic City. Shady.
Oh, shade.
In Atlantic City.
Who the fuck goes there?
So exactly. And what do you go there for? Like, I'm not
For
stupid.
Drugs and pussy.
I'm like, exactly. Yeah, gambling. Like, I'm like, you're crazy. So he went away, and he was like, I was like texting him, and he didn't answer me. We were dating for like 8 months at this point.
But did he
like
know?
didn't answer me.
He knew you were dating?
we were like we were living together. Like
he knew.
this is an actual relationship that I actually had. Like this is a real person that knew that he was my boyfriend. Like fully like living under the same roof.
Consensual boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he definitely knew. But he went away and I was like texting him. He didn't answer me. Like he wasn't answering me. And then the next day he texted me, hey, I just got ice cream with my friends last night and then went to sleep. And I'm like, you fucked a hooker. Like that's definitely what happened. Like you fully fucked a hooker. Like nobody gets ice cream in Atlantic City. Like they don't even sell ice cream in Atlantic City. Like yeah. Like you're so busy eating ice cream until you fell asleep like eating ice cream.
That's such an adorably shitty
It's
excuse.
such a bad, and that's what I'm like, first of all, if you're gonna cheat, like put fucking thought into it.
Right.
Like give me a real excuse. Like I got robbed. I'd be like, what? Oh my God, who robbed you? Like I'm gonna go visit him in jail. Like I would get so excited. But
call back.
it's like a full circle. Like everything's happening for me. But to like get a better excuse. And he didn't give a good excuse, so I was like, I'm looking through his phone. I need to look through his phone. And I looked through his phone, and
Was he in the shower?
hooked
Was he
up with
taking a
somebody.
shit? How would it, there's always that moment where you're like,
you want to know what happened?
the phone and
Yes.
me. It's just the phone and me.
Yeah. Oh God, when you're looking at it, you're like, I shouldn't.
Oh, it's like a fucking
Yeah.
salivating. It's like you're starving in a desert, and
but
there's
it's like
a Thanksgiving
asking
dinner.
for it.
But I don't feel
yeah.
this. I never feel this.
You've never snooped?
Neither.
No.
Oh my God, I'm Snoop Dogg.
that's
I'm
good.
Snoop Dogg, fully Snoop Dogg.
Because I just know that I have such a poor outlook on life that I know I'm going to find like what
That's
I
what it
imagine
is.
finding is worse than what I would ever find. So I never.
You
look.
don't know that for sure, though. A lot of times what you
it's
find is
normal.
crazy. A lot of times what you find is crazy. Like I've been like, I'm not even gonna find anything. Like I like
Ninja porn.
Yeah, I'm like, what's happening here? But I was mad, and then so here's how I found out. So he like the next day, perfect timing. He like had gotten home. Like the next day that he had gotten home, he got a new phone, and he forgot that his old fucking phone was in the apartment. And I was
shit,
like,
party.
fuck. So he left again. He was always leaving, by the way. Like, I love that he was like in this story, like he's constantly leaving. Like, he left again. And I was like, the phone's on the counter. He said he went for ice cream. He needs to get tested. Like, something happened when he was getting ice cream. And I went through his phone and I found out that he cheated on me while he was getting ice cream.
So it's like
there was no ice cream.
No,
there was no ice cream.
There might have
figured
been,
that out,
but it might have,
none.
I've snooped.
Would it have been better if he cheated, but they went to get ice cream together
Yes,
before
because
they
it's like
fucked?
it's ice cream. Why are you lying about that? Like what made that's like a 5-year-old lie.
Yeah,
that's like a 5-year-old kid would be like, I got ice cream and then I came home from school. It's like, you're a fucking idiot.
The one boyfriend that I snooped on, it was because I knew he was cheating on me, and then then he was, and then like the girl ended up coming over to my apartment, and he lived 2 floors above me. That's how I met him. Like, don't date a guy in your
Oh
building.
my God, that's like Friends.
And then he had like
Right?
passed out drunk, and then the girl and I like went upstairs and be like. And he woke up out of he told me he would do the podcast because he just moved back to New York. And I was like, please, because I want to know what he was thinking in that moment where he fell asleep drunk, thought I was next to him, and me and this chick show up
my
like,
God.
what the fuck? And he was like, wow. He screamed so loud.
That's so badass.
It was so satisfying, but also like really hurt my heart.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So-
crushing. That's soul crushing.
But like, I'm glad I snooped, but snooping is not good.
Snooping isn't good, but if you give me a reason to snoop, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Just be honest with me. If you're honest with me, like, if I catch you in a lie, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go through all your shit.
Yeah.
Because you're asking for it. Don't tell, like, it's crazy.
Don't tell me you're going to get ice cream.
Don't tell me you're going to get ice cream in Atlantic
occupied you.
City. Like, you're in Atlantic City. That's so crazy.
Was he actually in Atlantic City?
He was in Atlantic City.
Who lives in Atlantic City?
That's what
Or was it another girl who was also
She was
visiting?
also in Atlantic City.
Thank
Oh,
God.
that
Okay.
was coordinated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it feel like kind of
Shady.
good to be like, I was fucking right?
Oh,
And
it
then you're
felt
alone in
so
your
good.
heartache.
But
Yeah.
I did the shit where, like, this is what girls do. Like, when they know, like, I knew that he had cheated at that point. So I called him, right? And
On
I
his
was
new
like,
phone.
on his new phone when I had his old
From
phone in my
his old
hand.
phone.
From his old phone. Like,
Dan,
it's
it's me,
about to
Dan.
go down. But I called him and I go, is there anything you want to tell me?
Oh.
Which is
That
like,
no one wants to
every
hear
guy,
that.
when any guy hears that, he's like, I'm just going to drop dead right here. Because there's nothing, like, no matter what, she knows something, but I can't admit to it because then I'm going to end up admitting to some shit that she didn't know yet. So it's like,
Right.
they get all wacky. So I was like, is there anything you want to tell me? He's like, no. And I'm like, I was like, I'll forgive you if you just tell me. Like,
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Full-blown lie.
That's a
Full-blown lie. But, I mean, yeah, it was a full lie. It was fully a lie.
Cheating, I don't think is the end all be all of a relationship, depending on the circumstances. But
Yeah.
I mean, if someone told me they were going to get ice cream
I
and
know,
they were
I'd be like,
It's you're asking to get caught.
I'm breaking up with you because you're a shitty liar.
You might as well have just told me you hooked up with I would have rather him told me he hooked up with somebody than be like, I got ice cream.
Yeah.
And fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like, you're gross. Yeah. So I was like, do you want to tell me anything? He said no. I was like, I'll forgive you. And then he was like,
you gave him an
he was like, but he said, he was like, you won't forgive me. And I was
Wow.
like, true. And then he ended up still denying it. And I was like, I know this. But he still to this day doesn't know how I caught him cheating. And he thought that I hired a private investigator and like still thinks that.
really?
He still fully thinks that I hired a private investigator. I had no money. Like,
The
how am I
ego
going to
on
hire a
that
private?
guy.
Yeah. A private investigator? How dare you?
I'm so smart. There's no other way she could
That's
have
very
found out.
narcissistic
That's
of him.
insane, right?
Yeah.
Dickhead.
What a dick. I'm like, you're so
Dick.
stupid. You left your phone. I still have his phone.
Are you serious?
I still have his phone. It's like
Can we
10
call
years
him?
later. It's in my nightstand if you guys want it. Like, you can go through it. I don't care.
Why do you keep it?
Because I don't want to throw it away because I feel like, oh, wait, it's not my phone. It doesn't fucking matter. I always am afraid getting rid of a phone because I'm like, somebody's going to find it and like find like credit card shit.
Right.
But it's not my phone. So I should.
Did
like,
you just realize
I should
that
just
right
give it to
now?
a homeless person.
Yeah. I was like, donate it.
Yeah.
I mean, clear it, like wipe it. I'll take a screenshot of that
Nah.
text. So you have like a good mem, but like then wipe it.
Yeah.
And then give it to a homeless person.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Give him a charger though too, because.
But it's an old, this was a long time ago. So it's like an old phone.
Oh.
Well, they're homeless. So
But do
they're
they have
lucky
it?
to
Yeah,
have
but if you're homeless, do you have an
anything.
outlet to like plug a phone into?
Starbucks.
True.
So homeless people can go to
Yeah,
Starbucks
go to
during the day.
Starbucks.
Homeless people fuck with Starbucks. Hard body.
Yeah.
Like it's a real
in
thing.
New York City.
Yes, I'd rather have an old phone than no phone.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm going to do it, you guys. I don't know why I like didn't realize that it wasn't my phone.
Well, I thought you were like just holding on to it. I don't
For
know.
like 10 years. I had no idea that it wasn't my phone.
To like remind you
I'm so glad.
of like all the mistakes you've made.
No, I was gonna say to remind you that your instincts are right. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Trust your instincts.
It's like framed. It's like, don't forget that time you were right, girl.
You get a shadow box frame for it. Oh my god, that's a really
Memories.
good idea.
Oh my God, I'm doing that. I'm not giving it to a homeless person.
That's cool. That's a nice piece of art.
fuck that. Well, I think we've done an hour, right? Person.
Has it been an hour, you
It's
guys?
9:07.
I haven't seen a
pretty
light.
sure we did.
Everyone died and is
Yeah.
getting fingered in the back. So
Did that guy ever did you ever find that guy's number or nah? No. Okay, I just want to make sure.
You know,
we
it's
were not
probably
Carly
saved.
Call.
By the way, I'm a stalker, so I know this. It's probably saved under your Apple ID. So if you type in his name, it's still going to come up.
Holy
in your
shit,
phone.
Carly! That is probably true.
It's 100% true.
we just see the whole audience take out their phones in unison.
It's true. If you delete someone, because I do that all the time, I'm like, I hate him. I'm deleting him.
Yeah,
and then
me
the next
too.
day, I'm like, I feel bad that I deleted him. And then he's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still there.
Are you
She's like, she
checking?
just doesn't want to give
and
it.
in your
Or
phone.
there's
His email
His email?
address? We'll email him.
Yeah, give it to me after the show.
we're gonna send a real
angry
nasty
email.
email. It makes for great podcasting. We're gonna read it next week.
We're
Tune
going to
in.
wait until tomorrow. Yeah.
Because willpower.
Yeah.
Where can we find you online? I feel like a lot of people already know this, but like, what's your Twitter handle and shit? Do you have anything you want to promote?
My Twitter. Oh wait, I'm actually here tomorrow with Annie Letterman and Jamie Lee. If you guys
Yes.
want to come, it's at 9:30. But all of my stuff is Carly Aquilino. I know my last name's fucking annoying because there's a Q in it. It's AQUILINO. But that's like Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Guys,
Thank you.
so
Give
much.
her a round of applause.
Give it up for Carly.
Not the type you can game and get away with it. Thought you'd have your fun. Now you want me back again. Well, trust me, that's not happening. Yeah. Not the type you can game and get away with it. Thought that you would move on. Now you want me back again. Well, trust me, that's not happening. Yeah. No, I tipped the scales on you with care and more. Anything you needed, it was say no more. Wasn't ready for say la vie. I tell you say it's not you, it's me. Bitching out your lies like the MLB. Getting to the point, friends say they don't remember me. That's MIB. Kershaw curving me. 12 to 6 word to me. 12 to 6, you didn't show up. Knew what you doing, probably throw up. I feel ashamed now, fuck it, I feel ashamed. After all you put me through, I would always defend you. I feel ashamed now, fuck it, I feel ashamed. Friends would tell me you're no good, I would believe it if I could try. I feel ashamed now, fuck it, I feel ashamed. Understand a few steps back, but not into someone's lap. Turn the page on you now because I am grown. You should've known, you should've known. Not the type you can game and get on.